Hey, what's up, guys? It is Jordy, and I'm bringing you 4 picks for tomorrow's NBA slate. I've also got a 6-man CS2 slip for you, so feel really good about all these. I did a lot of research tonight. I've been into my research for about an hour and a half now. Today was kind of a weird day. Obviously, the slip that I made last night, like I said, the board was very, very slim last night. It ended up being kind of a weird one. Let's just talk about it really quick. So here's the slip from last night. We went 1 and 2 technically because RJ Barrett did end up DNPing because he was actually feeling pretty sick, I guess. Quentin Grimes, we nailed it on this one. Spencer Dinwiddie, he had every opportunity. He went 1 for 6 from 3. So the read was right on the attempts he was going to get. He just could not sink them. And there's really nothing you can do about that. You know, the play had the data behind it. He got the attempts we were looking for. He just could not put the ball in the hole. And then PJ Washington did everything but get a block shot. He actually looked really good. He played really well tonight or last night. And I think he had 12 rebounds, a whole bunch of points. So he's off his minutes restriction, which I'm happy about because now we can start taking advantage of him being kind of one of the big focal points on the team now that everyone's hurt. So didn't end up getting a block shot. He played about 32 minutes. So, I mean, that was the gamble we took with that one. It was a minus 127. I don't really regret that one. But I did throw this in the Discord. This kind of redeemed the day. I threw this in the Discord right before these two games started. And we ended up getting this 4-man done. Like I said, the board populates later on. It's not like we save our best picks for the Discord. That's just why the Discord is such a valuable resource. Is because we're able to throw stuff like this in there as things are going down and the board populates. They don't get all of these adjusted properly. So I threw this in there. I made it right before I went to church again for night church. And this ended up cashing. So that was really cool. I got done drumming and it was dang near cash. I was like, oh, sweet. So I think Anthony Edwards had 21 points in the first quarter. He had a monster game. Rudy Gobert literally had 3 dunks and that was it. So it was good. It ended up working out. So sorry I couldn't get this type of value to you guys on the YouTube last night. The board was just very slim. So I tried to avoid that tonight. I let the board populate and I've actually got 4 picks that I feel pretty solid about. So before we get into those picks, if you guys do not mind liking and subscribing to the channel, helps me a ton and lets me do this more often. So let's get into it. So here is the slips I've got for you guys tonight. We'll start off with the CS2 slip. I'll have both the links for these in the description below. So if you guys just want to copy and paste them, you can do that as well. You can just click the link. This is the CS2 slip. I've got Kenzie for under 16.5 headshots, Oscar for over 31.5 kills. Some of these games you got to really watch. I would just copy the slip, to be honest, because some of these start at different times and these guys do play twice. So Oscar plays twice. He plays at 4 a.m. and then he plays at 7 a.m. So the values are different in those two matchups big time. So if you want to just copy the slip, you can, because me just naming these off is just going to confuse people. And you might see this later on in the night and be like, oh, it is up, but it's the wrong one. So just copy it. If plays are missing, you know what happened. So I'm just going to go off and say that. This one, however, these guys do not play twice tomorrow, so I will tell you this one. I put 30 on this one. I feel good about it. I got Karl-Anthony Towns for under 41.5 PRA. I know that sounds sketchy. It is going to be sketchy, but that's a high number, and I'll tell you why I like it in a second. I'm taking Miles McBride for over 4.5 assists, Alperen Şengün for over 25.5 points assists for Philly, and I'm taking Tobias Harris over 22.5 PRA. So I feel good about all these, so let's get into talking about it. Karl-Anthony Towns has only hit this in one head-to-head over the last 4 matchups that they've played in the last 2 years. Now, I was looking a little bit deeper into this. He's had some big games against Miami in the past, but he's really only gone over 30 points twice against Bam Adebayo in his career. So I like the odds of that being the case. Obviously, this game here in late 24, he went for 44 points, 13 rebounds. That's a very doable thing for Cat. That's not asking a lot from him to go off and give you 50 PRA. So there's a lot of risk behind this play. It's a risky under, but the last matchup he had 19 points and 16 rebounds, but 0 assists. So there's a little bit of potential here for this to be a good one because, I mean, the assist matchup is very tough. 6 in assists allowed, 22nd rebounds allowed. They're a bad rebounding team, so he's going to get rebounds. and 11th in points allowed. So the points and assist matchup is very tough for him. If you want to go with the points assist under, you can do that as well. It also looks really good, but he's just had a little bit more success because he's had big assist games. And if he has a big scoring game, you just never know. But usually, most of the time, if he's having a big game, regardless, he's going to be doing it all. So we're just hoping that they can keep him in check. Just let him have like a 35 to 38 PRA game, and we're not going to be sweating this very much. It's going to be a sweat unless they just something miraculous happens and he just has one of those horrible nights where he does have that happen. Cat fouls a lot. As you can see in these last couple of matchups, 5 fouls in that monster game he had, 4 fouls in this game. If you look over the last 10 games, he fouled out against Golden State. 3 fouls, 5 fouls, 3 fouls, 5, 4, 5, 4. So he fouls a ton. Cat is he's a handsy big bird for sure. But he's only gone over this 3 out of his last 10. And only 7 out of his last 20 has he gone over 41.5 PRA. So the under is just screaming smash it to me. So like I said, it's going to be scary. Cat's a star. Like, he can absolutely go over this, but I'm taking the risk. The PRA is a minus 124 to go under. The points rebounds are minus 131 to go over 37.5. So it's going to be a little sketchy. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it. I'm taking the risk on it. Miles McBride. Deuce McBride is what I like to call him. That's what everyone calls him. Jalen Brunson is still out, and since Jalen Brunson's been out, I've got him checked out here on Outlier. This is why Outlier is one of the coolest apps in the world, because you can check players out. He's averaging 8.5 potential assists per game without Jalen Brunson in. So I think that just screams a ton of value. He's doubling his assist count and potential assists, sometimes tripling it. And he's hit this in 3 out of his last 4 games. He had 7 potential assists against Golden State. Golden State's just playing very, very good defense right now, and they were not going to lose that game with the Draymond Cat stuff going on. So, and there was a lot of missed shots in that game. So he had every opportunity to cash that. So it's not a bad play. 4.5, I think, is a very doable number. He hasn't ever head-to-head against them without Brunson. So we're getting a very small sample size. You can see here over the last 20 games without Brunson, we're really only getting a 9-game sample. That he's ever played without Brunson, and he's gone over the 7 out of 9 times, averaging 9.3 potential assists per game. And this season without him, he's averaging 35 minutes on 8.5 potential assists per game on only 3 fouls. So I think it looks good. The assist matchup's awesome. 26 in assists allowed. I think it looks very, very good. So I'm going to be taking this for the over. For Miles McBride here, the assists are not favored to go over. His rebounds assists are 7.5. I just don't see enough value behind it because he's rarely having games. Let's see here. Without Brunson, 2024, he's rarely having games where he's getting you those 4 rebounds. So you're already asking him to get you those 5 assists anyway. So, I mean, if he goes for 5 rebounds, then it's obviously going to be a great play because he's definitely going to get you 4 assists at least. I don't know. I'm sticking with just the assists. You guys go with what you want, but the rebounding matchup is a little soft for him, 17th in rebounds, so you can take that if you like. I'm staying away from it. I'm going with just the assists, even though they're favored at a minus 124 to go under. So go with what you want, but that's what I'm taking. Alperen Sengun is going up against Gershon Yabusele. I don't think I need to say much more than that. Andre Drummond is a game time decision, but he's been DNP'd every single time they've been saying that. But a lot of these guys are looking like they have a game time decision mark tomorrow, so maybe I'm wrong. We could have Maxey, we could have Lowry, we could have George, we could have Drummond. So you never know. You could have whoever that guy is. So, yeah, I mean, there could be a lot of people back tomorrow. But regardless, even if they do play, Andre Drummond's not like an Embiid-type player or anything like that. So if it is Yabusele or Drummond, I still love this matchup for Sengun. I mean, he's gone over this 50% of the season, 32 out of 64 games, perfect 50% clip. So it's not like insane value, but over the last 20 games, he's gone over this 11 out of his last 20. And he's hit it in 2 out of 3 at the head-to-heads, missing it by 0.5 and 1. So I think it's a great play. His points are set at just 19.5, which he's gone over 2 out of 3 at head-to-heads as well, 0.5ing it. But this dude can give you 8 to 10 assists, no problem. I mean, that's a really good night, but he can give you 5 to 6 assists on a just regular night. So as you can see here, 8 assists, 6 assists, 7 assists in all of the last 3 matchups. Pretty solid matchup for him. 11th in points allowed, 12th in rebounds. Yabusele is kind of a quick defender, but he's not very good. So I like it. I think it's a good play. He's playing against potentially a team of just like backups. So I think it's going to be a solid game for them. in a good matchup for Şengün. They do not like the points assists over. They don't like the points over. They've actually been bumped to 20.5. They don't like the points rebounds. They don't like anything over. So if you don't like Şengün in this matchup, don't take it. But I think the points assists look money. I can't see this being a minus 130 for the under. That would be a sweat. Tobias Harris, my last play of the day. Last time he matched up against the Pelicans, he went for 34 PRA. He's gone over the 55% of the season, 35 out of 64 games. He's hit this in 4 out of his last 5, 7 out of his last 10, 14 out of his last 20. The dude's been an all-star for sure. He's been averaging close to a double-double in points and rebounds. As you can see here, 9, 7, 9, 12, 9, 12, or 7 rebounds. Like, the dude is an absolute rebounding machine. Great matchup for him, 30th in points, 23rd in rebounds, 21st in assists. This is the type of value you look for out of a player like Tobias Harris. I think it's going to be a great game. He's not on the injury report. No Herb Jones. Missy's a game-time decision. Kelly Olynyk's a game-time decision, and so is Zion. So, obviously, we want all those guys to play because it just makes the game more competitive. But, yeah, I think it looks great for Harris. Let's take a look at the matchups. So for Tobias Harris, his PRA is favored to go over at minus 128. So loving what I'm seeing from the 4 plays I picked out. Like I said, the biggest sweat of the night is going to be Cat. By the way, here is that, let's see, where did it go? Here's that play I took for the under, that Ken C headshots under is a minus 170 to go under. So there's some crazy value in some of these, like Whip. This is a League of Legends play, 2.5 kills over. A 63% chance at 2 of 7. So there's some crazy juice on DG. Go check out DG. Go to dgfantasy.com and use code BACKDOOR, and they'll get you hooked up over there with 25% off. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to do it all for me tonight, guys. Short and sweet video. Putting 30 on this. $300 would be really nice tomorrow. So hopefully, and hopefully we can cash that CS2 play. And, you know, a cool 425 would be awesome on the day for today. So yesterday was not a bad day. Hopefully you guys joined the Discord. It's a lot of fun in there. There's a link in the description below to our link tree, and that'll hook you up with all the links you need to get in there. So go to Patreon. That manages all of our subscriptions, so that link will be in the description below. And get in the Discord, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm in there all the time watching games, chatting with the guys, dropping slips like that one earlier. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. God bless you, and I will see you in the next video.